that they don't control, that black people are listening to. Today, every black leader that we have is being manipulated. So that today we have a beautiful mayor in New York, Mayor Dinkins, and a governor in Virginia, Governor Wilder, and a mayor in Seattle, and a new mayor in Cleveland, and a new mayor in Hartford, and we applaud. And when they write of these black men, they say, these are the new politicians. They are non-threatening. What does that mean? If I am threatening, for what? I don't shoot anybody. I haven't robbed anybody. I'm not planning to. But I'm threatening to those who have lied to you and deceived you, because Jesus said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So now, if the truth makes me threatening, and being courageous enough to tell it makes me threatening, what makes a black man non-threatening? Then if he's non-threatening, he don't belong to you. If he's non-threatening, he's their man, not your man. He looks like you, but he works for them. And that's a hell of a condition to be in. To have a man that you're putting your hope in because he comes from your people. But he's not working for his people. There is not an Italian here, not a Greek here, not a Polish person, a Jewish person, an Irish person here who would vote for an Irish, an Italian, or a Jew to go anywhere if they didn't represent Jewish or Italian or Irish interests. You know that to be the fact. Why should we then settle for non-threatening politicians who rule and guide for others and do not stand for us when we are the majority who have elected them? Crossover politicians, they call them. You know what a crossover politician is? A crossover politician is like a crossover singer of songs. You know how it is. We start in the ghetto, where we always start. And we start in those honky-tonk joints where we always start. Nobody hears us there but our own people. They pay 75 cents for a beer, $1 for a beer, and we sing, and the people go out and say, man, did you hear Gladys McKnight or Gladys Knight and the Pips? They are something. And after 20 years on what they call the chitlin circuit, some white person comes in and says, wow. And just like they discovered America with a whole country full of Indians, just like they discovered Australia with the Aborigines there, they discovered Gladys Knight. They discovered Stevie Wonder. They discovered, and then when they discover us, that's when we're known. You see? Farrakhan has been speaking to black people for 36 going on 37 years. Now, I didn't get discovered. Until the great discoverer The Christopher Columbus of black leadership discovered me. I happened to be walking behind the Reverend Jackson, who had just a few years ago been discovered. The very word discovery and the way you use it is a racist kind of term. You're not interested in black people, but when we can make $1 for you, you become interested. When we can move you along, further your aims, your ambitions, your goals, you become interested in black people. But until then, you have no interest in us whatsoever. How dare you say that I'm bad for black-Jewish relations? What black people do you relate to? You don't relate to the black people on 43rd Street in Chicago, 63rd Street on the west side. We don't see a Jew. We don't know what you look like. So what kind of relationship am I messing up for you? You hypocrites. If you set up a black organization, somebody white knocking at the door, let me in. And if you don't let me in, you know, that's a racist group you're in. How many of you belong to Hillel? Ain't no black people belong to that, do you? Why not? Why not? You're not interested in that. You mean to tell me black people cannot have a black organization that speaks to black concerns without white folk in it? That's racism? Please. Yes, you're all practicing reverse racism. No, the problem is you are so frightened to see black people get together. You think we're always conspiring against you. So when we get together, you got to come and try to join us. That's not my subject. I didn't come here to say that. But I just wanted to ventilate some of these things that are on my heart for these hypocrites that write in the newspaper about Farrakhan. You don't know me. You don't know me well enough. Some of you have never heard me, never had a chance to question me. But I'm here tonight, thanks to these students. So I'm gonna hurry through our subject matter. But if you will listen to me, and this is not an anti-white tirade or somebody that's against white people or against Jewish people or against Arabs or Chinese or blacks. That's not the purpose at all. The purpose for truth is not to condemn color, but to condemn wrong. When wrong is condemned by the presence of truth, the wrongdoer in the light of truth has his or her actions or thoughts illuminated for them by the presence of truth. This is mercy from God because it allows us to correct our actions. If our actions go uncorrected, they bring in their wake consequences that may not be good for the actor. Great nations like this one have gone to ruin because people were hateful of truth. They despised that which corrected them. What makes one despise correction? It is arrogance. Arrogance is a state of mind that blinds us to truth. For we begin to feel that we are better than, bigger than, above criticism. How dare you tell me that I'm wrong? Do you know who I am? Truth, frankly, doesn't give a damn. Truth doesn't care who you are. Truth doesn't care what your position is. President is not above truth. Pope is not above truth. Prophet is not above truth. King is not above truth. Truth is the root of the universe. The universe may pass away, but the truth shall remain. So truth is what our lives are given to serve. It is truth that evolves us. It is truth that nurtures us. It is truth that makes us come into the path of God and makes us reflect the Creator. Truth. Falsehood created nothing. Falsehood can never be sustained. So you are at this university paying tens of thousands of dollars, your parents are, for you young students, white and black and Jew and Gentile, to get the truth that you may make a better life for yourself and a better world in which you and we can live. The problem is arrogance blinds us to truth. Look, there is no discipline that you are studying where the person who wrote the book has a knowledge of that discipline that is absolute. God didn't write the textbook. So if Freud wrote it, it has a lot to be desired. Socrates was brilliant, but he wasn't God. So if you read Socrates, if you read Plato, if you read Tillich, whoever you read, if you read Dewey, if you read Machiavelli, whoever you read, not God. So what you are reading is a person who has studied what the Creator created and drew from the creation his perception of the truth and wrote it down in a book and made a dissertation or wrote a thesis, and that became your book. So you're studying from a student who has not yet perfected the discipline. So if you are not trained to stand on the shoulders of the great thinkers to look beyond them, then you become enslaved to that which is imperfect, and you become non-functional in a world that needs your mind. Listen, students. Listen. You are born for this day, for this time. Your minds are equipped to go beyond a man that wrote 100 years ago, 25 years ago, even 10 years ago. You must never be enslaved to your teachers. You must honor and respect them, but stand on their shoulders and move more toward the absolute. Knowledge is not a stagnant thing. Knowledge is an ever-evolving thing as we move toward perfection. But once you stop the evolutionary process saying, I got it, that's when you lost it. Because what we know, you could put on the head of a common pin and it would have much room left on that pin in comparison to what is in the universe for us yet to learn. The fact that we have a problem with garbage, just think about that. Big problem. What are you going to do with your garbage? Oh, now, does that sound like trivia? Here's a barge going up and down the Atlantic Ocean filled with garbage, trying to find some place to dump it. Now, for 20 years, it's Earth Day. Isn't that wonderful? At last, after you all been in power all these years, you've learned now, oh my God, we better do something to protect the earth. The Native American could have told you that the day you met them. The Native Americans are the #1 protectors of the environment. All their writings, all their speeches, all their old prophecies deal with environment. Why didn't we learn from them? Well, after all, I mean, they're nothing but savages, heathens. We are the great Christians who came to civilize these savages and teach them about the Lord Jesus Christ. You mean the Lord Jesus Christ didn't hip you all to environment? You mean one who came to lead and guide us into all truth didn't tell you to protect the earth? But greed, you see, arrogance, cause you to pollute the earth, pollute the air, pollute the water. Now you have a problem with garbage. But of course, you are studying economics. Isn't that interesting? And the Creator has no problem with anything. He recycles everything. What a masterful economist. But of course, God, let's leave him out of this, because what does God know? You put your little cheap knowledge above the knowledge of the Creator. And that's why you're in the condition that you're in. Let me throw something out at our students. Beloved students, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us about pride. Because we get so little and then we begin to strut. Just a little degree. What did you get? Oh, I have my bachelor's. Which one? The BS or the BA? Well, more the BS than the BA. But one of those degrees I have. Now we can't stand you. Whoa. You put it on the wall. And what do you have? I have my master's. Yes. And which one do you have, Professor? Listen, I have 2 PhDs. And what does that make you? I am a doctor. Good. Doctor? If you are the doctor, what did you get your doctorate in? Well, I got my doctorate in sociology. Then why can't you heal the society? You see, the society presents you with problems that's beyond your degree. Isn't that right, doctor? Talk to me, doctor.
Hi guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. I'm B-Boy. Remember, if it was for the first time you're coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Okay guys, into this clip is all about Mr. Louis Farrakhan. We all know Mr. Louis Farrakhan is being known for fighting for the rights of black people, and a lot of people have been listening to his teaching over 70 years, others 50 years, and they are still listening to his teaching because we all know Mr. Louis Farrakhan is being known to talk about, and is truly need black people to unite, even Africa to unite. We all know together you unite, divided we are weak. So if you all black people unite together as one, will be far much better. And Minister Louis Farrakhan, he has really came out and said that black people can't be erased, and this is the reason why a lot of people or a lot of black really like to listening to his teaching, because he truly speaks the truth. He truly stand for the right of any black human on this world, any black Americans everywhere, Afro-American everywhere, black people, and especially in Africa. He had really come out and said that black people should unite together as one, because we have all seen African or black people can't be erased. We have all seen how it's really happening in our African countries. Where was Muhammad Gaddafi taken? Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso. We have all seen how our youngest president, President Ibrahim Traoré, who has just tried to stand on his own, but he has been receiving a lot of threats everywhere. They want to arrest him because they feel like he's using the resources of Burkina Faso people to benefit his security. But we have all known what President Ibrahim Traoré is truly doing to his people, and we don't want all black people to arrest. We don't want those black people that are really trying just to open their eyes to be arrested, maybe by other people or other countries. We want black leaders to unite together as one, so that at least they can be in a better place. At least they can be able to govern their country, especially more so African president and Caribbean president. We want them to unite. We want them to support one another. We have all seen President Ibrahim Traoré has been being threatened, but there is no any president that has really stand with our youngest president of Africa, President Ibrahim Traoré. He has been on his own until he has really, and he is truly fighting this fight. How many assassination attempts that has President Ibrahim Traoré avoided or escaped? Almost 20 and above. And what does this really show? It really shows that this man is really doing a good work, whereby there is a lot of people who are just jealousy of his good work. Maybe they are just jealousy of his good reputation, because everywhere President Ibrahim Traoré is being talked about, in Africa, in Caribbean, a lot of people admire President Ibrahim Traoré because of his good work, because of his good deed he's really doing to his people. We want our African president and Caribbean president to be like Ibrahim Traoré, and we just want to choose our own President Ibrahim Traoré, because President Ibrahim Traoré is the president of Burkina Faso. But other countries, other Caribbean countries, we want to make sure that we have our own President Ibrahim Traoré, who truly needs or who truly knows what his people really want. We have all seen how he has been able to build road, but I will really wonder why some people maybe can be jealous of him. And this is why Minister Louis Farrakhan has really came out and said that black won't be erased. Those black who have really opened their eyes, they can't be erased, because we want this generation to go on and go on. I really love Minister Louis Farrakhan teaching, because he's the one who truly speaks the truth that it's really happening in this current situation. He truly speaks what's really happening in our current situation, because we have all seen there is a lot of people. If you try to rise up, maybe you are being assassinated, or maybe you are being just taken away, because we really wonder why, if these people just want to remain in the dark. They don't want us to see the light, because we have all seen President Ibrahim Traoré. First thing he did, he cleared the national debt of Burkina Faso in a span of 2 years. I have never seen any African president or Caribbean president do such a thing. Another thing, he really removed all colonial system in his country, and this is the reason why maybe a lot of people, they are feeling, or they don't want President Ibrahim Traoré to be just the way he's really doing things. And what I can really say is Burkina Faso is one of African countries that have their full independence. They don't depend on anyone. They don't depend on anything. They have their full independence, and they have really influenced a lot of African countries. Some African countries like Niger, they have really joined the trend, and I'm really happy to see some young leaders, some young youth opening their eyes, seeing what's really happening in this current world, because our ancestors, they have really gone through a lot. Our older people, they have really gone through a lot, but it's really high time we are really starting to wake up to see the truth, what the truth really hold. We don't want to be humiliated anymore. Black people don't want to be humiliated or feel depressed anymore. We don't want to have a lot of racism, or to feel or to face a lot of racism. Racism should stop, because if you go to this Western country, we want to be treated the same way white people are being treated. And this is the reason why a lot of African leaders, or some African leaders, they are really rising up, and they are really talking about and making sure that the right of black people is being protected. Black people, they have a say. Black people, they have a voice to be heard. And this is the reason why Minister Farrakhan has really come out with a lot of teaching. I've really told you there is a lot of people who have they are now 70 years, 50 years, 60 years, and they are still listening to this Farrakhan teaching, because we know him is known for fighting for the right of black people, and is that one kind of a minister who truly wants good for black people. So guys, if it was for the first time you're coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Thank you so much for your time. May God bless you whenever you are. One love.